In 2003, an expedition led by Germans discovered the ancient city of Uruk in Iraq, potentially containing the tomb of King Gilgamesh. By utilizing modern technology, the team scanned the soil and created a magnetogram, revealing the city's architectural plan. In the vicinity of the former Euphrates River, researchers found remains of a building resembling Gilgamesh's tomb, described in the Epic of Gilgamesh. However, Jörg Fassbinder from the Bavarian Department of Historical Monuments could not definitively confirm the tomb's connection to the ancient king, although it closely matched the epic's description. Gilgamesh, a legendary figure, is regarded as a Sumerian-Akkadian mythological hero, standing over 5 meters tall. Recent translations of texts support the idea of him being a real historical figure and the 5th ruler of Uruk's first dynasty in Sumer. It is likely that Gilgamesh was deified after his death. An intriguing discovery appears on the U.S. State Department website under the Freedom of Information Act, a request for documents related to the Gilgamesh resurrection chamber, the location of his body, and the buried Nephilim. The email is part of the Department of State FOIA at Log 2018. The inclusion of this message raises questions about the State Department's interest in Gilgamesh's resurrection and the Nephilim's burial location. What unfolds after the supposed discovery of the ancient tomb? These and other questions will be addressed in a video. The excavation of the ancient city of Uruk sheds new light on the historical context surrounding the legendary Sumerian king and his burial. Gilgamesh holds great significance in ancient Mesopotamian mythology, believed to be the 5th king of Uruk. He is often depicted as a demigod or god-king in various stories and epics, and is associated with the afterlife as a judge of the dead in the underworld. Gilgamesh is also described as the ruler of animals. His story and legends have been passed down through the centuries and are the subject of literary works and archaeological discoveries. The Epic of Gilgamesh, a collection of inscribed clay tablets dating back to 2100 BC, describes his burial beneath the Euphrates River in a tomb constructed when the river's waters receded after his death. This epic poem from Mesopotamia is one of the oldest preserved literary works. The tomb's location was identified by the German expedition through soil variations. By digitally mapping a magnetogram, they obtained a detailed structure of the area. Surprisingly, they discovered structures such as houses, gardens, fields, and an advanced canal system described with remarkable accuracy in the Epic of Gilgamesh. These findings highlight a highly developed civilization in what appeared as a water oasis within the desert. We found the remains of a building just outside the city in the former Euphrates River bed, which can be interpreted as a funerary site, Mr. Fassbinder explained. At this stage, I cannot definitively state that this is King Gilgamesh's tomb, but it bears a striking resemblance to the epic's description, the Death of Gilgamesh. The Sumerian work titled The Death of Gilgamesh provides a detailed account of the final days of Gilgamesh. While the theme of his death is present in the Epic of Gilgamesh, it is often omitted in modern translations. The poem narrates the demise and burial of the heroic ruler of Uruk. In Sumerian tradition, Gilgamesh was regarded as the true king, believed to be born from the divine mother Ninsun and the mortal father Lugalbanda. The story begins with Gilgamesh lying in bed, afflicted by a terminal illness. In a dream, his destiny is unveiled, revealing that his time on earth has come to an end, and he will become the ruler of the underworld. After Gilgamesh's passing, the text proceeds to describe his burial, possibly referencing the tombs of Ur. The burial includes his beloved wife, beloved son, younger wife, favorite singer, butler, barber, favorite attendants from the palace, and favorite subjects. They are depicted as lying beside him, akin to the pure palace of Uruk. Gilgamesh, son of Ninsun, weighs the gifts for the meeting with Ereshkigal, and Nantur weighs the gifts. Archaeologists at the time believed that this groundbreaking discovery would unlock forgotten secrets and revolutionize our understanding of history. However, someone had different plans. Shortly after the tomb's discovery, the United States launched an invasion of Iraq, forcing Fassbinder and his team to abruptly abandon their research and evacuate the country, leaving the enigmatic secrets of their discovery obscured. Since then, no one has come close to uncovering this find, or at least it remains largely unknown. In recent years, the receding waters of the Euphrates River have revealed newer revelations about our history. Unfortunately, most of these revelations seem to emerge in war-torn regions. As we mentioned in our previous videos, further research in these areas is impossible due to the conflict, thereby rendering the object of discovery inaccessible. The alleged location of the Garden of Eden, which we discussed earlier, follows the same pattern. Official exploration of these deposits from our ancient and forgotten history seems non-existent. However, it turns out that this is not entirely the case. Recently, screenshots of an email from the State Department have circulated online, claiming to request documents related to the Gilgamesh Resurrection Chamber and the location of the buried Nephilim. It remains unclear if the request was fulfilled. The term Nephilim in the email refers to the descendants of fallen angels and humans mentioned in religious texts. The authenticity of the email and its source are yet to be confirmed, and it is uncertain whether it is a legitimate inquiry or a hacker scam. Nevertheless, the fact remains that as of today, the email requesting documents about the Gilgamesh Resurrection Chamber and the location of the Nephilim remains on page 470 under number F2019-0-2000, 110 in the State Department's 2018 Freedom of Information Act. Log. It is crucial to consider the email's accuracy and context before drawing any conclusions. The name Denetra D. Senegar is listed as the applicant for the request on the State Department's documents website. However, a search of this name on the internet reveals thousands of individuals, making it impossible to obtain meaningful information about this person. It is possible that this name is a pseudonym used by someone else. Speculation has arisen suggesting that the email may contain cryptic discussions in which Gilgamesh serves as a code name for something else. The meaning behind the buried Nephilim remains unclear, and it is unlikely that such a title would be used as a cover for a code name, as it would attract significant attention on its own. The Nephilim are mentioned in various ancient texts and are believed to be a group of angels who rebelled against God. They chose to dwell with human daughters on earth, resulting in the birth of giants. In the book of Genesis, they are described as mighty men who were of old, men who became famous. The term Nephilim derives from the Hebrew word naphal, meaning to fall or fallen. The nature and origin of the Nephilim are subjects of debate and interpretation, but they are generally perceived as powerful and supernatural beings. Different traditions portray them as either evil and destructive or heroic and righteous. The existence of the Nephilim has been a topic of contentious discussion for centuries. One of the most far-fetched ideas suggests that the government aims to resurrect fallen angels for a war against God. However, this theory lacks credible scientific or religious support and lacks concrete evidence. Additionally, it alleges that CERN's research on dark matter is conducted to awaken a mythical creature, but it too lacks reliable sources or evidence. What is clear is that in 2003, we stood on the precipice of a revolutionary discovery that could have reshaped our understanding of human history. However, over 2 decades have passed, and it seems as if it never occurred. Yet someone, somewhere still holds an interest in this discovery. Logically, if they seek to locate the resurrection chamber, Gilgamesh, and the Nephilim, it is evident that their whereabouts have changed since 2003. Otherwise, a simple internet search would have answered these questions. Unfortunately, we cannot provide more information about Gilgamesh himself, as after 2003, when his tomb and body were purportedly found, his story remains elusive. If you appreciate our content, please let us know by leaving a comment and subscribing to our channel. Remember to hit the bell icon for more updates.